say thank you to everyone who was saying congratulations. Couldn't have done it without all of you. Genuinely, this is a community. You know, none of this would be the way it is without everyone in the community. So, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you. All of you all so much. Like, genuinely, I just can't thank you enough. It's still so, like, crazy that we even made it this far. I started this channel in 2020, of course, didn't record anything for a year, and it was just kind of like, I didn't actually expect anybody to watch the videos. I was a little bit nervous to start like a channel, I'm not gonna lie, but everyone has been so lovely and so positive for the most part. Of course, there's just always some people that like to be hateful, but we can push past that. You know, we try our best to ignore all of that and just focus on what's good, you know. So, with my monologue out of the way, it's time to start the Q&A. So, our first question comes from 18 ASMR. My question is, if you could remaster one game onto current consoles, what would it be? And this is a really good question, and I think my simple answer would be Batman Arkham Origins. It's the one game in the Arkham series that never got a remaster, which was really weird. I understand that it was made by Warner Brothers Montreal, who made Gotham Knights as well. But come on, remaster it please. I don't mind if it doesn't have the multiplayer. I just, you know, I want to be able to get the platinum on Arkham Origins, but I refuse to play it because it needs multiplayer trophies at the moment. I've only played it on PC. I absolutely love that game and its Christmas vibes. So yeah, that's probably the game that I would remaster to current consoles. Thank you for your question. The second question is from JC Lewis HD 2243. Favourite Scottish footballer and why? Favourite Scottish footballer at the moment, Luke McGowan. He just came to Celtic in the summer there for £1 million. He has been absolutely outstanding, you know, especially considering we bought in two other midfielders for a combined 13.5 million. Oh, 14.5, yeah, 14.5 million. Because obviously Engels was 11 million and Bernardo was 3.5. But that's not to say that they're bad. I just think that Luke McGowan is just completely, you know, outplayed or overvalued what we paid for him. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but yeah, he's just completely impressed me, impressed so many people that support Celtic, and I'm just happy to see another Scottish footballer doing well at the club that I love, of course. Thank you for the question. The next one is from Matthew McFall. Congratulations, Ben. My question is, where do you see Scottish football going, as it's always between Celtic and Rangers? Do you think they should make the league bigger? Thank you so much. And my thoughts on Scottish football is nothing is going to change until we stop signing with stupid TV deals. Like, as soon as we get an offer for like a TV deal, doesn't matter how low it is, we'll take it. I think that the new deal that lasts until 2029, we're only getting something like 30 million per season. And remember, that's 30 million to be split between 12 teams. I think the Premier League got like 1.5 billion. So yeah, very big difference. But I do think that they should make the league bigger. Definitely 12 teams is not enough, but you know the SFA are never going to change it because they need Celtic and Rangers to play 4 times a season. I do think we should make the league bigger, 100%. And the next question is from gonna say is my favourite team. It's the Boston Celtics. But that's just because Celtic. I've never watched any NBA. Honestly, I've not watched it ever. But I probably should because I do like basketball. But I've just never really, it's on at weird times in the UK because obviously it's late at night. Usually the big games in America. The next one is from CB7 Scotland. Who's your favourite Celtic player? Callum McGregor. You know, the captain. How can you say anything other than that? He's the best. He's not the best, but he's the most consistent. If you're going into a game without him, you're terrified because, he's got big shoes to fill. If someone else has to come in and play, like Bernardo has had to do a couple of times, play, in his position a bit back, he never really lives up to how well McGregor plays. So I think that he's, that one cog that needs to be in the machine for Celtic to work. But that's not to say that we completely fall apart without him, but we definitely are at a disadvantage without him. So he's definitely my favourite player. And the next question from Beefy Badger 0, the GOAT. Do you play any instruments? And if not, would you play them in the future? Yes, I play the guitar. It's actually in there, but I've not played it in a couple of months. But I do know how to play it. But I definitely do want to learn how to play. Oh, yeah, because that's an acoustic. I want to learn how to do electric guitar. But one, I don't have an electric guitar. Two, I don't have an amp. Three, don't really have a third reason as to why not. But I hope that answers your question. I do indeed play the acoustic guitar, or know how to play it, not actively. No, I'm not playing it actively. The next question is from Bobby Rod, who at the top left a very, 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 very lovely message. Thank you so much. And their question is, what is my favourite type of ASMR to listen to? Is there any type of ASMR that I'll just absolutely refuse to listen to? And do I have a few favourite ASMRtists that I can share? Yes. So, the first, my favourite type of ASMR is controller sounds, keyboard sounds, and like tapping with like really long nails. The favourite, the type of ASMR that I refuse to listen to, ear eating, anything that is like, tongue anywhere near the ears. My ears are sensitive, they do not like them, and it's so loud sometimes, but like not loud as in, like ear blah, 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 blah. It's more like it feels like it's like, because it's that loud that it's like in your ear. I envy the people that can listen to that, because my ears are just too sensitive. A few favourite ASMRists are, so this is in no particular order, just try to remember off the top of my head. So of course there's ASMRtina 23, so there's ASMRtina, AWASMR, the ASMR Gamer, Dido ASMR, Jojo's ASMR, of course, my inspiration, Kieran ASMR. It's hard to remember off the top of your head, right? It was way too hard to remember off the top of my head. So, SRP ASMR, absolutely love him, by the way. His voice is so calming. Hannah Love, Amy K ASMR, Gamerchi VG ASMR. videos has always been for me is an outlet. And yeah, I just never saw it coming this far, honestly. Like I was saying again earlier, I just can't believe it is genuinely so surreal how far it came. But for your second question, I'm not sure. I would like to do it indefinitely. You know, I wouldn't really have an expiry date on it. As long as I'm still having fun, I don't see why I would want to stop. I hope that answers your question. The next question here is from the GOAT Zane08. How far do you think Celtic will go in the Champions League? And what's your opinion on the English Premier League title race? So, the first question, we'll probably get to like the playoff rounds. I'm not gonna say that we're getting to the knockouts because I don't know who we're gonna get in the playoffs, but I think we're definitely gonna get to the playoff round. And my opinion on the English Premier League title race, I mean, it's not really a title race, is it? Liverpool are completely running away with it. I can't remember how much they're ahead right now, but it's like completely, like they're absolutely running away with it. Okay, so it's currently 9 points. But yeah, I think Liverpool are going to completely run away with it. Man City have been completely off the mark. They're 4th right now, and they're like, I didn't even check, but I remember it was something crazy. No, sorry, they're in 5th. They are 11 points behind Liverpool. Our next question is from A. Any other sports you follow beside football? And congrats on 5,000. Thank you so much. I do not follow any other sport. I do enjoy basketball, like I was saying, but I don't watch any, you know, like NBA, or I don't even watch rugby either. Don't watch American football. Football is like, you know, soccer, football. It's the only sport that I really, you know, enjoy watching. Our next question is from Frank Daniels, and they ask, could you talk about your music taste and if you have been to any concerts and how they were? Thank you. Yeah, I can indeed. So, I think that the best way to talk right now is, I literally just did the Spotify Wrapped today, and this is what we're looking at right now. So, my top artist that it's not going to show, but you can see by the profile picture, Kendrick Lamar. Second is Fourth Wonders. The third is Tyler, the Creator. 4 is Akira Yamaoka. And 5th is Travis Scott. I don't remember listening to Travis Scott that much this year, but apparently I did. I think it's probably just because I've had Skeletons on repeat, like throughout the year. You know, the song Skeletons with The Weeknd. Absolutely amazing song. But I have actually been to concerts. I went to my first one in 2019, and that was to Scar Lord. I don't listen to him anymore. The second one I went to was, Scar Lord. It was alright. Wasn't the best, but it was alright. The second one I went to was Halsey. I don't even listen to Halsey, but that was amazing. Just her concert experience was absolutely perfect. I went in March 2020, and it was like 2 weeks before lockdown started. So yeah, of course I'm gonna look back on that with fond memories. I actually went with that to a friend that I met that day, but we're still good friends to this day. I just remember like we went out at like 5 in the morning, and then she was like, do you wanna go and see Halsey? I was like, sure, yeah. And then we ended up going to go and see Halsey, and yeah, it stuck with me. And then the third concert that I've been to is Charlie and the Boys, which is like, you know, Celtic songs, Irish songs. It was very fun. I was very drunk, and yeah, it was a good time. They are a very good time, and it was actually the Barrowlands. If you know, I'll probably put a picture up. It's got like a big illuminated sign. It's which leads to my question. If you had to choose a different accent to have, what would it be? Thank you. That is indeed a very good question. I think that if I didn't have a Scottish accent, I would absolutely love. I would love to have an Italian one. Come on, I would love to have an Italian accent. I already wish that I could speak Italian, which I'm trying to learn with Duolingo. But yeah, I would just absolutely love to have an Italian accent. I think that when I was in Germany, I kept getting like heckled by people, and then I would just say like Italiano, but that's probably like the only bit of Italian that I can say, and it's literally just saying Italian, and Italian, and an Italian accent, so that they would stop talking to me, because they could only speak German or English, and I was like, Italiano. But yeah, definitely, that's probably doesn't even sound like an Italian accent. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, Dino. And thank you for always being so amazing and positive. And our next question is from Holdcroft89. Do you use any editing software on your videos? I want to start an ASMR channel but feel so overwhelmed at the thought of it. Yes, I use a program called DaVinci Resolve Lite. It may be late, like Lite, but there's also a paid version of DaVinci Resolve, but I used the free version. It's had lots of problems, but you can't really complain about a free software having some problems. You know, it's completely done right by us, so we can't really complain. I think that I definitely didn't know how to use it before, but now I've kind of got used to using it. But about starting a channel, honestly, just start a channel and just start making videos. Honestly, just be yourself, and yeah, like you'll be happy. You'll have so much fun doing it. Like, I do completely understand what you mean though. When I made the first video, I just completely was so nervous. I remember before it, and I don't remember if during it I was shaking, but I am not very good at public speaking or like socialising in general. So like talking in front of a camera, especially like back then, was like so alien. Like, even though that I had an ASMR channel in the past, so many years had went by, and I just feel like my socialisation skills got so much worse. But yeah, I feel like once you kind of keep doing it, you feel like a bit more comfortable in front of it, and that feeling of overwhelm, like of feeling overwhelmed, just kind of, it doesn't always like brush away, but it kind of sits at the back of your head rather than at the forefront, kind of always thinking about it. Sometimes I do, honestly, I still get it to this day. I have to edit so many times after saying the wrong thing, especially for outros, by the way. I completely just blabber on. I just have to edit. I'm like, why are you saying that? Don't say that. You just said that. Like, I repeat myself so many times that, like, I have to edit it out. Honestly, you just start making videos. You'll thank yourself for it. And I'll subscribe. So I really hope that answered your question. And on to our next one is Big Dog. What is your favourite American fast food? Popeyes. Genuinely, Popeyes. I've only had it one time and it was on the channel. It's still my favourite. It's absolutely perfect. The chicken is so good. Hope that answers your question. And our next question comes from Jacob. He asks, if Celtic were in the English League format, where would they be and why? They would be in Scotland. I'm only joking. They would probably be in mid-table Premier League, because when you think about it, the money would already prosper us, but we also sell out every home game, 60,000 people, so I feel like that would just kind of keep us afloat money wise. But I know, like, we wouldn't has never qualified into the Premier League after finishing fourth in the Championship. So replace number 4 with the winner of the Scottish Premiership, and then that means that it's also bolstering money for Scottish football, because Scotland would get money sent to them for having one or more teams in the Premier League. You know, kind of like the same way that it works with the lower divisions in the Premier League, like puts money down. I'm not really sure how that works down there, but that's how it would work if Scottish teams were to be implemented into the Premier League. The only reason why I say that is because the Premier League is of course different from the EFL, whereas in Scotland the Scottish Premiership is part of the other leagues. It's not its own thing like the Premier League is. So in my head I'm just thinking, yeah, just make it where the Championship goes, and then you have to play off to get into the Premier League. I hope that answers your question. I know there is a little bit, kind of explained it in a weird way, but I hope that it made a little bit of sense. And moving on to our next question, it is from Lucas AB, and they say, some of my favourite bands and artists are from Scotland. Belle and Sebastian, Twins, Jesus and Mary Jane, Primal Scream are good. What's your favourite Scottish band or musician? Also, have you ever been to America? If not, would you like to? So, my favourite Scottish musician slash bands, Mitch Ure, I don't know, he's good. I like him. Primal Scream, Declan Welsh and the Decadent West. Yeah, that's probably my top 3 for Scottish musicians slash bands. Primal Scream, Declan Welsh and the Decadent West. I keep saying it because I'm thinking Declan Welsh, and like, even though that I just said the word. And Mitch Ure, he's Scottish, and I can't even say his second name. And also, I've never been to America. Nope. Would I like to? Maybe. Just depends on what part, I suppose. I think that I would maybe like to go to Boston. I'm not saying the state name because I don't know how to pronounce it, but maybe also Montana, just because I like Far Cry 5, and it would be cool to see that in real life. And maybe New York, just because, that's a boring answer, but I would probably like to go to New York as well. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Our next one is from Daniel the Man, and he just asks, do you smoke? No, I did used to smoke, like smoke cigarettes and stuff, but not anymore. I stopped when I was 18. I know that might sound weird, but yeah, I did. I was a teenage smoker, and then stopped when I became an adult. It's like so backwards. Next question is from Astrazion. What countries slash places would you like to visit later on, and what was your favourite trip so far? Were you ever fascinated with any cultures slash countries so much that you wanted to learn their languages? So, places that I would like to visit. Did a video of the places that I would like to visit the most, but I'd probably say that Korea, Georgia and Japan are my top 3 to visit, just because I've always been fascinated. But my favourite place that I've been to is definitely Berlin in Germany. Absolutely perfect. I didn't even want to leave. Usually I want to leave places, but I did not want to leave whatsoever. And for the final question, I did indeed. I want to learn Italian because I'm part Italian. Does that count? I guess that's why I'm so fascinated and want to learn it. But I also want to visit Italy. I feel like I just completely left that out. Yeah, I'd absolutely love to go to Italy as well. I hope that answers your question. Our next one is from another legend, Leah Campbell, 21. What would your death row meal be? Starter, main and dessert? That's a good question. dessert, I would probably have some mint chocolate chip ice cream, or maybe like the Viennetta mint ice cream, but I'm thinking maybe mint chocolate chip, only because I've not had it in so long and it just sounds so good right now. The main, I think for main I would probably just like a big steak, maybe a big steak, or maybe just like unlimited Popeye's chicken. Again, I'm like so hungry right now, so I'm thinking about food. Like I'm thinking about food gluttonously, and I'm like, I could just eat like a big bucket of Popeye's chicken. But for the starter, I'm not even really sure. For the starter, I'd probably just have like soup, garlic bread. I would have garlic bread, a bucket of Popeye's chicken, and dessert mint chocolate chip ice cream. I hope that answers your question. Our next question is from Dusty's ASMR. Congratulations, bro. Thank you so much. What's your favourite English soccer team? None of them. I do like Wrexham, but they're Welsh. Does that count? Maybe. That might count. I don't have a favourite though. But Wrexham would probably be the closest, even though that they're Welsh, but they play in England. So I'm counting that. Next question is from Amy. And they say, congrats Ben, thank you so much. What are your plans after education? And is there any particular job or career that you would love to do? It's a perfect question that I'm not really sure about. I know that I would like to do programming, maybe software development, or like, you know, I'm weirdly good at web development, but I don't like it. But, you know, you're supposed to do what you're good at, not what you like. That's what they say. Or at least that's what they say at college. And it's like, I understand, but like, I absolutely find it so boring. But yeah, I would absolutely love to do software development or something. Not game design, not game development. I think if I did the game development, I would dislike playing video games. Just because there's so much effort put into them that it would probably feel like taxing. But then it's like one of those things where it's like getting to play what you made kind of thing. I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure on that one. But I still hope that that answered the question. And for our next question is from Andrea Schofer. How do you feel about this whole nostalgia thing? Is gaming really not feeling the same anymore? And how do you feel about the GTA 6 hype? And thanks from Austria for your amazing videos. Thank you so much. And love to Austria. Nostalgia, I don't really feel any ways about it. It's just one of those things that is used against us for sales, you know, with all the remakes and stuff. You know, day one purchase, you would probably never buy. Like, you're not everybody's gonna buy a remake day one unless you're like deeply nostalgic. So you know, I am a victim to nostalgia, and I can't deny that. But I think on the grand scheme of things, it's not too harmful. You know, we get things out of it, even if it is just kind of to get sales. Like, as a consumer, we're still getting a good product. But I don't feel like about this for the second question. Not really. Gaming still feels amazing to me, and probably a part of that is the fact that 2024, so many games have came out, and so far I've played 2 games that have came out this year. Still Wakes the Deep and Silent Hill remake, both amazing games. I feel like the kind of gaming not feeling the same anymore is kind of like a talking point for people that just keep buying all these games from AAA studios that are they're very simple and there's lots of care, but I feel like the GTA trilogy just kind of like exploded in every single way positively. Like that's just where they went all in on their games and just completely made themselves the gold standard. That's what I still think Rockstar are the gold standard of game developers. Just because they're yet to disappoint us. You could probably say that the Definitive Edition trilogy was a letdown. And yeah, it was. They fixed it now. Fixed it. They put classic lighting into it. But I suppose that's the only really thing they need to, like, the only thing now that they need to fix is character models. Because that was a pretty big thing. But apart from that, I would say that's probably their only blunder. But yeah, honestly, I think that the GTA 6 hype is completely warranted. Just because they are the gold standard of game developers. And I'm so excited for it. It doesn't matter how it's going to be. I just know that it's going to be a good game. That's like almost a guarantee with Rockstar. You're getting a good game. It doesn't matter what it is. So I hope that answers your question. Moving on to our next one. It's from Alex. And they ask, would you wear a Rangers shirt if it meant Celtic won the Champions League? Kinda like, if I put the Rangers top on, kinda, you know, sellotape a Celtic badge on top of the Rangers badge, and then just like a big alphabet over the Rangers sponsor, because if so, yeah, why not? But we've already won a Champions League, so we were the first team in the UK to win the Champions League. Man United fan. We won it before you. Just a year before. But still. But yeah, if I could put a Celtic badge over it, yeah, give me that shirt. It's just a bit of fabric. And our next question is from Angel. And they ask, are you going to wear a kilt? You know, it's kinda that question is kinda like in the same vein as the Elijah Wood interview, and they're like, will you wear weeks or will you wear feeks? And that's one of the funniest interviews ever. Am I ever gonna wear a kilt? Yes, I have worn a kilt, but if you mean for a video, maybe. I don't really know what context I would wear a kilt in, but I'm not gonna rule it out. I feel like it would be silly of me to, but I hope that answers your question. And for our next question, it is from Thomas Doherty, and they ask, do you think Aberdeen can be genuine contenders for second, if not first? Well, I would love to have the knowledge of how tonight's game goes, because I feel like if I say yes, they're gonna lose, like really badly, because of course Celtic and Aberdeen are playing tonight in an hour and 20 minutes. So I think maybe see if we beat them in the league, I hope that it doesn't put them even further off track, because recently they've not been doing too good. They got 2 draws against the 2 bottom teams in the league, Hearts and Aberdeen, which, by the way, remember at the start of the season I predicted Hearts to finish 3rd. They're currently sitting in last. I do not have the greatest predictions whatsoever. I think that I probably jinx it a lot of the time. But I hope that answers your question. Yes, I do think that they could probably be contenders for second, as long as they don't get knocked off their stride. But our next question is from Near. Does it ever feel a bit surreal to imagine what 5,000 people actually sitting watching you talk / whisper looks like? It's surreal to think that 5,000 people joined the community, yes. It is completely insane and, you know, foreign thinking to me just that happened. But again, I can't thank everyone enough for that. Like, thank you so much. So yeah, I hope hope that answers your question. And on to our next one from Waffles92. And they ask, what is your earliest memories of Celtic and who are your favourite players of all time? So, earliest memories. I'm like thinking of the Scottish Cup, and that would probably be 2012, 2011. Scottish Cup. Like, it was definitely a Scottish Cup, but I don't remember if it was from 2012 or 2011. And it was Celtic beating Dundee United. Was it Dundee United in the final? Give me 1 second. Again, like this is very long ago, like 13 years ago. Right, let me just, Scottish Cup 2012. No, that was the one that Hearts won. 2011. Okay, it was not Dundee United, it was Motherwell. Celtic beat them. I don't remember. What does it say? Oh. So, yeah, we beat them 3-0. I didn't remember that, but I knew that it was against either. Well, I didn't know that it was against either. I thought it was Dundee United, but it was just another club with its similar colours. But some of my favourites are, I mean, this is going to be obvious. Henrik Larsson, Scott Brown, Tim Bailey, Kyogo. I know that this is like of all time, but I'm still including modern players. Jimmy Johnston, and of course, Billy McNeil. I hope that answers your question. And our next question is from Nadia, which is very, very similar. And they asked, my question is, who's your all-time favourite Celtic player? And that would be Henrik Larsson. I feel like that's everybody's answer. But yeah, Henrik Larsson, 100%. But moving on to our next question. What 3 items would you bring with you on an island? And congratulations, thank you so much. So I would bring a Wi-Fi router, a computer, and I don't know what else I would bring. Maybe a friend. Is that allowed? I'd bring a friend, so that I wouldn't get lonely. But how long are we on the island for? Is it like a year? Because I might get fed up of them. I'm only joking. But I hope that answers your question. And our next question is from Gabby, and they asked, if I could design a video game, what would the concept be? It would be inspired by Silent Hill. It would be inspired by Silent Hill, and it would also be inspired by Batman. That is the only things that I know. The concepts would be some kind of, Venn diagram with Batman and Silent Hill. I don't know how, but it would be a survival horror with some kind of crime fighting, or at least just some kind of Batman-esque character. And I know that probably sounds like, what are you talking about? That's just off the top of my head. So I hope that answers your question. And for the next question from Sean, they asked, Messi or Ronaldo? Callum McGregor. I'll never pick between Ronaldo and Messi. But moving on to our next question is from Good Joe, and they ask, what do you think of Brazilian football? I've never watched it, so I don't really have an opinion. Apologies. Next question from Lauren is, what's your favourite Scottish city? That is a good question, actually. I'd probably just have to say Inverness. Probably. It's like all the way up there. I don't know what way. I've only been a few times, but yeah, it was pretty nice when I went up. Of course, there's Loch Ness. Pretty cool. I need to go more places in Scotland though, 100%. answer, but off the top of my head, I would probably say that's my favourite. But moving on to our next question. If you were able to pick a completely different career than what you're studying now, what would it be and why? Again, congrats, you deserve it. Thank you so much. But if I was able to pick a completely different career, I don't really know. I really don't know, because I don't really enjoy doing anything else, so I can imagine myself doing anything else. Maybe like business, I don't know. But then even I found business to be really boring, but I think that's gonna have to be my answer for the moment. And the next question is kinda in the same vein, from Carmen, and they ask, what is your dream job? Or would you like to be an ASMRtist full time? My dream job is like something to do with programming. Again, not really sure what, but definitely something to do with programming. And I'm not really thinking about being ASMRtist full time right now. Just, you know, you can't predict anything, and honestly, the future, you don't know what happens in the future. So, not sure at the moment, but definitely I would love to do something to do with programming. And our next question is from Lauren, and they ask, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? I really do not know. I don't even know where I see myself in 1 year time. Well, that's a lie, I'm still at college. But in 5 years, I still don't know what I really see myself doing. It's too far into the future, and I like to live more day to day, but that's just, anxiety. That's why I like to, close-minded, day to day, live day to day, rather than think long term, just scary. But our next question is from Sam, and they asked, what year did you start watching ASMR, and what's your favourite kind of ASMR? So I started watching ASMR in 2016, and I made a channel in 2016, which I deleted, unfortunately. I know, it's really sad. I wish I didn't, just because it would be kind of cool to have those old videos, but I'm pretty sure that the channel's completely deleted. But my favourite kind of ASMR is definitely controller sounds and long nail tapping, 100%. For our second last question, it's from Louis, another legend. Fave colour, yellow, and fave type of girl, human. And for our last question, it's from NS, and they ask, what is your 5 most dream vacation locations and why? So, Tokyo, Japan. I'd love to go to Japan. Looks awesome. The city is beautiful, and the people are so polite. So in Korea, same to do with Japan. Tbilisi, absolutely love the infrastructure. Rome or Venice. I would love to go to Rome or Venice because, I'd love to go to Venice because the sea is rising, and I would love to visit before it goes, and completely floods with the sea level. And for 5, I would love to go to Egypt to see the pyramids. Yeah, I've always wanted to see the pyramids, so yeah, probably Egypt to see the pyramids. But I really hope that I answered all of your questions sufficiently well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know that it's a little bit long, but I still hope that you enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you so much for 5,000 subscribers. Thank you for joining the community. Thank you for spreading such positivity always. I love you all so